As you've seen in the beginning of this video, I spent a day last week in the Mentawai Islands, super remote location, free diving for my first time ever. Some of the most beautiful reefs and coral and fish that I've ever experienced in my life. And in today's video, I want to break down the difference between the DJI Osmo Action 4 and the GoPro 12, both of which I brought with me on this adventure, and just kind of share some of my insights on why I prefer the camera that I do, how to get the best settings that you can, and just break down the price point to help you guys out if you're in the market for one of the best action cameras that you can get. I want to jump into it just by breaking down a couple of the key features that the DJI Osmo Action 4 has, which the other cameras don't, one of which being the magnetic mount, which I'm always saying doesn't get the love it deserves. The other is the front touchscreen, or the dual touchscreen. Having multiple options when you're in the lineup and you're surfing is just makes it that much easier. Also, the ability to be recording with the quick record in 0.3 seconds, unheard of, in combination with the 30-second pre-record capabilities. And then you have things like the deep freeze battery, the ability to go 18 meters below the sea, and finally the auto white balance to be better than any camera I've ever found, and lets you get the truest colors that you can while recording. So the first thing I want to break down is how, in my experience, the GoPro always, for some reason, seems to lock the exposure. And if you have a locked exposure and you're going from a bright situation to a dark situation, you want the settings to change. And if it's locked on auto, you're going to be blowing the shot, or you're going to have something that's just way too overexposed or way underexposed, and then have to spend way too much time in post trying to color grade. The DJI has an insane auto white balance feature, which, as you can see in the clips I'll bring up right now, it switches to the truest color that it should be almost instantly, which allows you to not lock an entire clip in one setting that is not supposed to be the correct color, which is going to make you waste so much time in post-production later trying to get the right colors. I filmed all of these both in flat on the Action 4, that would be D-Log Cine, and all I didn't add a LUT, I just brought the saturation up, and you can tell the difference between what the DJI looked like, which is supposed to be kind of a deep blue, real, like vibrant color, and for some reason the GoPro was giving me more of a gross green, turquoise, slimy color. From the two that I can see, I just enjoy the look of the DJI so much better. And the auto white balance feature that the DJI has, it just fixes those clips almost instantly, keeping those colors as true to life as possible. Which also, while we're on the subject of the sensor, you've seen some of the snowboarding clips and some of the vlog clips that I've done at night. The DJI has a native ISO reset at 12,800, which makes it like a real video camera where you can get beautiful shots while it's really dark out. Unlike the GoPro, which you've seen for the past couple years, I'm always having to crank the ISO on the camera and even in post, and all of that does is it just makes it super grainy and super purple and just not appealing to anybody trying to watch your videos. So next, we'll go into what I'm always boasting about, which is the ability to shoot 4K 60 frames per second for 90 minutes and still be able to crop and get really good quality while punching into 200%. But if you don't want to shoot slow-mo and that's not a priority for you, you can actually switch to 4K 30. You'll be able to get 133 minutes of battery life versus GoPro, which only has 102 minutes, if that, while getting better quality footage the entire time. And then when you're done, you can throw the batteries into the triple charging case, which has the fast charging capabilities, and be back out there before you can even finish eating lunch. Stop it. And then next, we have to explain how the 0.3 second speed record is the best in the industry versus GoPro, who has a 3-second quick record, if that, if you're lucky. Then you combine that with the pre-recordability of up to 30 seconds, which means you can point the camera around while it's not recording. And as soon as you get a shot or think that you just got a clip that you would like to record, you press the record button and it will have captured the past 30 seconds. That's super good for extra storage and not wasting space if you're just recording all the time, and also saves a bunch of battery life while making sure that you absolutely nail any shot. There's no more missing clips anymore with 30-second pre-record. Then I also want to break break down just a couple of my favorite perks, one of which being the stability ability. It has two features, one of which I've never used, called Rock Steady Plus. I just use the Rock Steady, and you know we're getting as loose as possible out here in every single condition. So to be able to get the steady shots that I have been and know that there's an even gnarlier one is kind of mind-blowing. And then the ability of the GPS tracking with the Bluetooth remote controller, it actually allows you to record specific info such as your speed, your tilting angle, acceleration, and route map. Unfortunately, not GPS to find the camera yet, but that could be really cool next winter when we're doing some more of the top to bottom snowboard races, or we're just trying to get our speed. I used to have to download an app and have another app running in the background. Now you can just have it connected right to the camera, and you could see how fast you're actually ripping when you're either surfing or snowboarding or diving. All of this amazingness you get for not just the same price, but actually $100 less. The Osmo Action 4 is only $299, and to jam pack all of those perks and abilities that this thing has, and to be able to capture the quality and the time that you can and go as deep as you can and get the auto white balance features and the magnetic mount and all of the amazingness that we keep breaking down for $100 less than the leading competitor is kind of a no-brainer for me. I've been using the GoPro for years and years and years. I've only been using the DJI Osmo Action 4 for a little under a year, and I'm truly mind blown with the capability that it has, not to mention the size difference. It's a lot smaller, and to fit more in a smaller situation can't be super easy. So somehow the fact that they knocked the price down lower than GoPro, that's enough for me to switch. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a comment below if you've actually switched over to the DJI Action 4, or if you're still on GoPro, and just give me some feedback. Who am I speaking with? You guys have actual real-time scenarios where you've used the Action 4 yourself? Do you use the DJI wireless mic, which is probably the best mic in the game? I will leave the link in the video description if you guys are interested in grabbing one and checking it out. As always, appreciate your guys' support. I'm trying to figure out also what to do over the next couple months, so leave some comments below with what you want to see. Should we go to South America? Should we go to the East Coast? Should we go to Hood? Should we go to Truckee, float down the Truckee River? Should we do a Baja strike mission? Let me know. I'm trying to get you guys stoked, and always appreciate the feedback. So much love. See you in the next one. Chew.